Where horror lives forever, unless I'm talking about Pauly Shore.
I think we're talking about horror tonight, right?
Well, it lives here part-time then.
Okay.
But we should change the tagline, where horror lives part-time. I gotta mute this stream over here. Hold on. How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. Gosh, this week is something. I don't know what
flying
it is.
by, man. It's going fast.
This is inside baseball, but we are disconnected from all the other servers. Did you catch that?
Really?
Yeah, I kept blowing you up, but you're not looking.
Why?
I don't know, but they're all disconnected. So I didn't.
You go live on them. Oh,
huh?
It's so weird. What the hell's going on?
It just says we lost access, so I don't know if it's too late to reconnect. You can probably hit go live, but I can't log in, so I don't know. It's deleted.
Well, that fucking pisses me off. Sorry.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's okay. You guys are all that really matters. I guess fuck them tonight. If you're on Facebook, fuck you, but you're not hearing this. If you're on Kick, double fuck you, but you're double not hearing this. So it's okay. We'll have to get it figured out. Jeez Louise, man.
That's odd, man. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that later because I had that all set up. It was all good to go. I don't understand.
We need to be careful about checking. It says it before we go live. You just got to look at the little indicators, but I don't know why. We keep every time you put something in a message, dude. It's like I see like triple error message. It's really annoying. But inside baseball, you guys don't give a shit about that. I have to say an extra special shout out to our our boy Satan.
Oh, I have so many names. Call me Dad.
You mean Dad?
There you go, Dad, because he became a new member. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yeah, Satan.
Always appreciated, never expected. You guys can also become members too if you so feel inclined to support us anymore. We do have both a YouTube membership and a Patreon where you guys get access to members only commentaries and the like. It goes a long way, a couple bucks, and you help your boys out. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining the cult, Satan, even though one could say you have the largest cult in the world.
Yes. So we're joining. Well, yeah, we're not really joining his cult. I don't know. But one thing, he needs to join the Discord. So you're a member, join the Discord for free, and you can chat with us anytime. So
you got to straighten out that Discord too. Get in there, Satan, and whoop some ass. Because today it was getting a little weird with April Fools, man. We had a couple of the guys in here turning it into some weird questionable romantic novel. Let's just say that.
I didn't get in there today. I need to go back and look.
I was like, and part of it was by Will. I'm like, fucking Will, what the fuck are you doing? You're throwing gasoline on all these hungry fucking weirdos. Anyway, he literally said it's April Fool's Day. He just went, I have AIDS. I was like, shit, dude, the racy humor today. He's like,
I saw something from our boy John. He posted something on his channel saying he's joining the military and he's going to go to war or something.
Oh, April 1st.
Yeah.
Hey, they raised the limit, so now you can get in for another year.
Well, what's the minimum age now?
They upped it to 42.
Oh, hey, it's got a nice segue. Next week, I don't know what the schedule is going to be because of my birthday next week. So I don't know if I'm going to be going out with the wife on Wednesday or Friday. So I might not be here one of those days. Just a shout out.
Just
I think she might be taking me out to dinner. So
okay. Sizzler. Do they have Sizzler anymore? I think that's
they closed my Sizzler, dude.
You guys remember Ryan's Steakhouse?
Ryan's, Shoney's. We used to have that. Golden Corral. I mean, Golden Corral's even gone here, man.
Gosh, I think the Golden Corrals, they had a Golden Corral over where I live, and they got shut down as well. That stuff's dying, and I think the pandemic and all that stuff was like the nail in the coffin for a lot of those sort of aging franchises. And my mom used to work at Shoney's when I was a little kid. It's my first job that I remember having when I was like 4 and 5. And dude, she used to bring home all those suckers because they'd have like the hollowed out Shoney bear, and he'd reach in his fucking gut and he'd pull out a sucker. And I thought that was so cool going to see her work. Like, whoa, let's reach in unlimited suckers in there.
We'd only go there on Sundays with my grandparents. They took us to Shoney's occasionally, and it was heaven, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of the pandemic real quick though, I went back, I don't know why, but I was going through some of our old episodes, and I went through one of those deep dives, or what were we calling them? Aaron's God, what are those old podcasts called?
Aaron's Dirty Little Secret. Deep End.
Deep End. Yeah. So I was listening to one of the Deep Ends because I was like, because I wanted to know what we were talking about, like when the pandemic first happened, and it was interesting to go back and listen to that. You know,
Those are fun.
what we thought about it. So
Those were fun. That was just sort of my topical podcast where I could just rant about
yeah,
whatever I wanted to, and it doesn't really fit our format.
no, it
'Cause we
doesn't.
were
But
trying to like do a whole bunch of stuff at the time, but it might be kind of cool to revive something like that. But it would have to be on a separate space, and
yeah,
also it's like, who needs another fucking podcast? Really, no one wants to
yeah,
listen to me. It's like, who cares, right?
yeah,
Um,
they're right.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm being honest. I mean, that's a nice segue, guys. We are on Podcast Network, and I was looking at, we're still on podcast networks, whether that's Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatnot. And I, I was looking at it the other day, and I'm like, why the fuck is Todd uploading our streams on there? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But you're saying that they're video now,
Yeah, well, everything on Spotify is video, so yeah,
but
I'm uploading
Apple's going video.
Apple's going video, but they're not linked to Spotify because they're going to be rivaling companies now. So
Mm.
basically, all Apple does is they receive an RSS feed. So this is dork inside baseball. They're not going to receive the video RSS feed. So I'm going to have to figure out who is going to do that. But hopefully, we'll get our video on Apple as well. So we'll have the video podcast on there and Spotify. So yeah, there's a lot of people that listen to the Spotify video portion of it, though.
The video aspect makes total sense to me, but I was looking at Apple. I'm like, why are the streams getting up? Those aren't like are those really going to service well? But if video is going to end up going,
Yeah, but these are all connected. All these podcast networks, all the RSS feeds, they branch them out to these different podcast networks. So it's more views, more eyeballs. I mean, it's more fun. Let's just say that.
well, as long as there's going to be video for it. Otherwise,
No, some of them aren't even video.
then some of the streams probably are kind of like worthless up there. Some of them.
Well, I mean, I'll bring people over to the YouTube then and Spotify or Apple.
Or it's going to get us downvotes on the platform.
I don't see that happening.
Hey man, it's all about quality over quantity.
Any
Todd's got a quantity mindset.
any attention is good attention.
Not necessarily. If you're Kevin Spacey, it's not. It's not always the case. Todd's got a quantity over quality mindset lately, and we got to find like a middle ground, I think.
No. It's all about quantity, right? And especially with AI coming up, man. It's about quantity.
We got to feed the AI. We got to give them stuff to use.
We got to feed the AI. We need to get our name. We need to get Revival House out there for the masses before the influencers, the AI influencers start taking over.
But hear me out. Why can't we have quality plus quantity?
Oh, we can. No, I agree. What's not quality about my stuff?
I think the streams are great. They're just not going to translate to audio only. Not all of them. Some of them might. I think a lot of them will.
Sure,
but not all of them. And just one of those things. But hi, we got Alpha in the chat. What's up? Ryan Steakhouse was the shit. And yeah, man. I was thinking about Perkins and all those restaurants of yesteryear that are all gone and dead. And
Old Country Buffet.
This is and the thing is those restaurants were on their last legs anyway, and they weren't really good anyway in their final years. Or maybe it's just how I remember them. Maybe when I was a kid, I was easily more amused by these places. Like, oh, I can get raspberry tea on tap, Didn't
they have like the thinnest bacon? I don't even think it was real bacon. It was just like it like disintegrated in your hands when you picked it up, man.
I don't recall eating bacon like a lot at places like that when I was a kid. I mean, if I went to Shoney's and it was like a legit breakfast like buffet, of course I would. But if it was like a old country buffet or something, I'm going for the fried chicken. I'm going for the shitty pizza. I'm going for like,
You're big spenders. You went for the dinner and the lunch. See, I only went for breakfast because it was cheaper.
And, you got to do the hack. Everybody knows it. Like, if lunch ends at like 12:30 or whatever time, you go like 15 minutes while it's lunch, and then they switch it over to dinner. So you get the best of both worlds. You appetize on some eggs and bacon, and you stay for the steak and you stay for the chicken, right? And
we've done that a couple times at Old Country Buffet. I remember back in the day.
Yeah, that's how you do it, man. And did you ever leave with anything? Did you ever stuff your pockets when you were a kid? I did. I used to show my pockets full of gummy bears, dude.
Yeah, the candy, yeah, for the ice cream. Yeah,
the M&Ms and like the gummy bears. Yeah, those ice cream toppings. there may have or may not have been a time where, my grandmother looked in the rearview mirror and I pulled out chicken wings out of my pocket.
What, dude?
You know?
You throw the bones out the window, dude?
Yeah. Well, it's throw them at some homeless guy, some beggar. Here's a half-eaten fucking drumstick. There's still some meat on there, you peasants. No, but it was mainly the candy and stuff like that. And I never ate candy like that at home. We never bought gummy bears. So like going to those places like a treat, dude. Like, yeah, I'm gonna like wear some cargo pants and shove them in the side pockets so I have like gummy bears for days. Alpha, I guess Dead Alive lost your bracket.
Yeah, I saw that Return of the Living Dead was beating out Shaun of the Dead last time I saw. So I found that interesting. See, and I can understand it because they're both great. Which one do I like better? It really depends. One's a comedy, the other one's kind of a comedy, but horror elements. They're both great. So I could see it either way.
If you're horny, watch Return of the Living Dead. If you're not horny, watch Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead's just the better movie.
It's just fun. It's more fun than
I just think it's objectively a better film. But I suppose it's possible it splits the fan base. You might assume horror and comedy fans are going to love Shaun of the Dead, but maybe not. Maybe like straight horror fans are going to lean more towards Return. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's probably the American audience too. I mean, I'm sure it was, popular over there in the UK.
I don't know. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know if that'd be funny if it actually was more popular over here in the UK. But anyway, we already said hi to Satan. What's up, King Matthew? What's up, guys? How you doing tonight? I'll try to stay in the stream, but I'm dealing with some crazy weather right now, so my power might get knocked out. Hopefully, yeah. So Satan, the devil himself, tells us you guys are getting some tornadoes in sort of your region. But
yeah, stay safe, brother. Hang out in the basement.
We know what that's about. We don't even have basements here in Arizona because we don't have that weather out here anymore. It sucks because I miss having a basement, but I'm like, I guess it really is pointless. Like, why would you have a basement? There's the actual need for a basement. If you don't have a need of, why would anybody make basements? Like, what's the purpose other than for like you to have kids and for them to smoke weed down there and fucking sneak kids in and boys? You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing but trouble unless you have a tornado.
Well, that's what I do. I mean, I hang out in the basement all the time. So,
well, yeah, if you have a basement, yeah, if you have a basement, but I'm saying like if there was no practical need, they're not going to make basements like here if just to entertain people. I don't know. And I don't know. I never thought about it, but we don't have them out here. Yeah. I'm originally from Nebraska, from Missouri. I'm from all over, man. Far away. But what's up? We got Sam. How you doing, Sam? What does Jason Voorhees do when a tornado comes? I gotta find your punchline somewhere.
I can't imagine he's too afraid of him because I mean he was underwater for how many years, dude?
Well, he's not afraid of water. He's been
underwater. He's been electrocuted, so he's been through like the tornadoes and the elements like that. So
that would be an interesting twist. Like if they had a Friday the 13th movie where there was like an impending storm, the whole film, and then the storm hits in the third act, and Jason gets sucked away, and the whole thing wraps up with like them having to run towards the shelter, and it's just like Twister. And then Helen Hunt's dad gets flown away, and that's fucking Jason. And he doesn't quite make it. Or he's like Hank Hill, and Jason's holding on for dear life, and his clothes come off, and you see his little ass, dude.
Did you ever watch Night of the Twister? Wasn't Devon Sawa in that?
Fucking probably. I don't know. I've never seen it, but he probably was in it. You ever seen Tornado with Bruce Campbell?
No, I haven't.
The sci-fi knockoff to Twister.
Was that terrible?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay.
I don't waste my time on filth, junk. Why is question? Satan says, why is the Revival House hats over $30? I was going to buy one. I don't know. I didn't price it. do we? Why are they $30? I have no idea.
We're going to have to go back and look at that stuff.
I honestly, I don't really know. I know that places like Teespring and all these places, they take a cut, obviously. So they'll print the merch, they take a cut, and then like there's like a margin that goes to us. I don't remember what those margins were. I don't even know if I set the hat. I think Todd actually made the hats. Todd made the hats. You guys get mad at him. He did. You did. But I have no idea.
Well, I need to go back and go through those because I know we were having talks with Teespring about some of these things. So
we're thinking about changing just because they give us so much shit and they're They're not the easiest to work with.
I'm a very picky hat person. Like it has to be quality hat, and the hat that I got was nice, but let me get back to you on that stage.
Hey, the stuff that they have is quality, like the fucking
no, it
premium
is.
hoodies and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
They're ace quality, like, and I think there's like shittier variants if you go on just like your basic fucking type, but the premium stuff is the stuff I buy, and it's absolutely quality. But yeah, I don't know, man. What can you do? Don't join the military, let the rich fight. They won't though.
I agree.
They won't though, it's not gonna happen. Hey, dude, look, did you see the robot with Melania Trump? The robot should be doing the work at this point.
I know,
like,
right?
like, why are we wasting so much resource on all this fucking data centers and all this usage of tech? And we're gonna end up paying for it, utility rates, all this shit we're paying for it. We're showing off all these robots. All this AI and waste is going for slop. It's not going to cure cancer. And these robots are getting created to fuck. Dude, send them to war.
Yep.
Like
send the drones and the robots. Absolutely.
Cure cancer with AI and fucking build robots to let them fucking do the bidding. So we don't have to like sacrifice human people. I don't understand this. And you have all these people building robots that are like, oh, she's for companion. They'll say everything in the world except it's so you can stick your dick in her. Like, oh, she's for this and she provides companionship and someone to talk to. And whoa, so you made her look like a fucking quadruple D fucking big titted like playmate. Oh, okay. And the Tesla bots, I don't know what their functions are going to be for. Like, are they going to be like Rosie, the fucking maid on the Jetsons, where they're going to do like your chores, take out your trash and all that stuff?
That's what I would imagine. Raising your kids, I'm guessing.
What happens when, obviously hackers get into everything. Everybody hacks everything. What happens when a hacker, whether it's domestic or international, hacks into Todd's robot and says, okay, I want you to go fucking murder Todd in his sleep. Or I want you to murder this fucking asshole that owes me $300 and you send it. I imagine the robots are going to be like serialized like a gun. They're going to be like be able to be traced to you, but people get around the gun shit all the time. So like, it's not going to stop people from using robots to do heinous things.
And you think in the next like 20 years, like we can have our own robots and then we can send them over to war and we can actually control them through like a joystick. So we can like, that'd be kind of fun, dude.
I want a
robot wars, dude.
I want a good Aaron and Todd, just like the Bill and Ted, dude, like the cheesy robots, dude.
Yeah.
We'll make them ourselves, dude. I mean, if they do just have, it's kind of boring. They have these Tesla bots and they all look like uniform. I would hope to God, like eventually, if you're rich enough, you can get them customized, like to make them look a little bit more like however you want it to look. But at least for now, I'd have a Tesla bot and I would dress them like me. I'd put like a Pantera shirt on. I'd find that one that we wore in high school. We had the same shirts. We were questionable at best. I'd find that, and both of our robot us's can wear our Pantera shirts, dude. Our matching Pantera shirts.
Oh, we used to get so much shit for that, but we didn't care.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how they're going to be able to tell. I mean, which one's me and you. We'll have to put like a fucking pink ascot on yours next or something. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. We already said, I think we said hi to Alpha. Thanks, man. Oh, guys, Friday, don't miss it. Alpha, myself and Todd, we're doing our bi-weekly Rue Morgue thing, and we're going to be talking about the newest issue and
229
reviewing Undertone, which is the cover story. So I haven't watched it yet. Todd's watched it. I'm going to watch it tomorrow night. That's going to be a good one. So, and then we can go ahead and talk about it. We've already got like all the issues we want to do laid out.
Yep.
Now, I don't know the exact order, but the one we're doing next after that is Rob Zombie Halloween. It's the Rob Zombie Halloween issue.
And we haven't even told Alpha this yet. So this is breaking news to Alpha.
But this is like in a couple weeks, Alpha. We're going to be doing the Rob Zombie, Rob Zombie, Michael Myers Halloween issue. And what could go wrong there? It's so controversial. And I like to shit on some Rob. I love it.
Yeah.
So that'd be fun. Tune in for that. That's 10 o'clock.
Reach out to Rob and try to get him on the show. Be like, hey, what the hell were you thinking?
We should prank call him with a Sid Haig soundboard, like it's him contacting from the dead. Tell him to go on Revival House. I bet you'd love it.
Oh, shit the bed.
But yeah, join that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Those have become my favorite things to do. Like
Mine
that
too,
stuff,
man.
along with Fango Friday. They're so much fun. So that'll be fun. 10 o'clock Central Time. Check it out. And Sam Lombardo, Ruby Tuesdays can stay gone. That's so funny because Ruby Tuesdays, it's regional. I didn't know how far I had never seen a Ruby Tuesdays in my life outside of Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen a Ruby Tuesdays in Nebraska?
We used to have one in the 90s.
So we have tons of them in like the Springfield area, that metro where I lived. So I thought they were just in Missouri. I guess I didn't know because I'd never seen them anywhere else. But it's basically just like Applebee's.
Yeah.
I think I would choose Ruby Tuesdays over Applebee's. Obviously, it's a nod to the Rolling Stones track. Alpha, it was the only time where eating gummy bears on ice cream was somehow acceptable. I think anything could be a topping if you apply it. You could put pubes on the ice cream.
I guess you could.
You could put graham crackers on ice cream, be good.
Graham crackers.
You could put people put nuts, so like peanuts and shit. So it's like savory and sweet. It all goes
like something
together.
spicy on there, like maybe some Taki sauce or Taki shake, dude.
Don't fucking do that. What are you, fucking Mexican?
Dude, yeah, dude. I love Takis, dude.
I got to deal with that. My wife is of Latin heritage, and they all do. They put Taki on everything.
Oh, I love it, dude. Yeah.
Taki on mango, Taki on pineapple, Taki on for like, dude, look, everything just tastes like Taki.
Well, next time I go see her, I'm going out with your wife, and we're gonna get some Taki stuff, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we got Taki. We're loaded to the
okay,
gills.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have to go all out for that. You just go to fucking Winco or the grocery store and buy some Taki.
Well, we don't have that here though.
You can't just buy it on the shelves?
No.
Oh, okay.
Go down to like, a certain part of the city, but that's about it.
A certain part of the city you want to fucking leave ASAP, I bet.
I just want to see what city I'm in.
Well, but you could get it on Amazon or something, surely, right? Don't they sell?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. So it's like in England, what's really big in England is peri peri sauce, and they got peri peri seasoning, and you go to like Nando's and they put like this peri seasoning on the French fries, and they're so good, and peri sauce, and it's like a certain hot pepper, and you could go to like Whole Foods and find that shit, but or get it online, but that stuff is really good. It's really good once you try it.
Speaking of like that, like I always loved like dipping my curry fries in mayonnaise, because there's like some like falafel places around here that do that. I love stuff like that, man. I love curry, man.
I love curry too.
And Indian food. I love it, man.
Yeah. How you feel about the people? I'm just kidding. No, I'm just so kidding. I watch those.
Dude, my sister-in-law is Indian, man.
Oh, really? I watch these videos all the time about the guys that prank they reverse prank the scammers from India. You ever watch those?
No,
Oh, they're great. It's these like hacker guys, and they got like millions of followers. They're addicting content, and basically they reverse engineer and call the people that are scamming people for their money. And you could, he possesses. He interferes with their cameras so you can watch them. He gets into their whole system and their operating system. He doxes where they're at, and you see them on live TV, like talking to you, and they're always like in fucking sweats and just looking like fucking pure ass. And it just seeing their reaction when he like exposes them, and then he's like, "I'm going to shut you all down." It's like, "Oh, you don't believe me?" And he starts shutting down their whole network. Boo, 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 and they're all freaking out. Man. They're fucking awesome, dude.
Okay.
They're really cool.
Is this on YouTube, you said?
Yeah, there's big YouTubers that make buku bucks doing that kind of content. And it's really great. And like sometimes they'll literally interfere with their business. Like they'll literally interfere with the clients they've been roping all day, and he'll interfere with them and be like, "Hey, this guy's doing this. Don't fucking do that." Listen to him rage. It's fucking great. Mm-hmm. And then he'll like fuck with them like for a while, pretending like he's some bumbling idiot, and he'll rage bait him to death. It's really funny. But it's very satisfying when he literally they'll shut down entire centers.
Okay, maybe I'll watch that tonight. That sounds pretty.
You'll go down a rabbit hole. It's very addicting. I don't know how people got this smart, but they did. Let's see here. John, how you doing, brother? You might have had some other comments earlier. We're gonna have to start here in just a minute, but Sean is a Monty Python episode with zombies. I like Return much better. Hell, I like Return 3 better than Sean. Be gone with you. I love Return in 1. I like Return 3. I'll take Return 3 over Return 1 just because of the sentimental value, personally.
I'll take Return 2 over Return 3, even though I love Return 3.
Sean is decent, but I don't get the hype.
I don't know. I saw it in theaters, man. I fell in love with it back then, so that's probably why I love it so much.
Gory, what's up, brother? We're about to get started. We're going to be doing episode 3 and 4 of season 2. I'm excited.
We have them in the box too, so in link in description. watch them there, or download whatever you need to do. But
Yeah,
they're
you can stream them. You don't have to download if you don't want, but they're there for you guys to watch easy. Yeah, send Tilly Northwood to Iran. Dude, they'll fucking behead her and stone her. But yeah, just send these robots, man. I'm actually not a big fan of the Beyond. Never did it for me.
Oh, okay. I like Zombie better.
Aaron, I watched your Slayer guitar. Pretty dope. How old are you? my shitty Slayer music video Todd recorded.
That was like what 2010. So that was like what 16 years ago, I think.
Yeah. And it's funny because I'm wearing your Day of the Dead shirt.
Yeah.
Your Day of the Dead shirt that you're giving your son, dude.
Well, it was a medium, dude. I used to wear that to high school all the time.
Yeah,
it was my favorite shirt.
Hey, I was in the medium too in that video, but yeah, it was a Spirit in Black. It's stupid and cheesy. We just threw it up there because whatever. Something.
That's when old YouTube was popular. Yeah. I
still need to upload our high school film, The Lonely Ghost, for you guys to see. Just to have. I would upload the film and then the trailer because I think the trailer is actually better. Just watch the trailer. The actual film is just kind of more of the same but longer. But the trailer was pretty funny and it reeks of charm. It's funny. How old am I? It's none of your fucking business. No, I'm just kidding. I'm 40 this year. I'm not 40 yet, but I'm turning 40 in a few months. So I guess that means I would have been what 24 in that video.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. Let's see here. Sam, put some Taki on me, Aaron. Oh, yeah. Okay. That'll make you tasty. That'll do it.
Do a little sprinkle on there.
Yeah, my wife puts it on watermelon, of course. The coal from the ice cream hardens the gummies, though. It's a bad combination. You can't argue with science.
It breaks your teeth.
Do gummies stop you up like cheese, or is that something I'm just misremembering?
I don't know. I mean, my kids love gummies. So.
What does your stool look like if you ate a whole bag of gummy bears? Would your stool come out multicolored like crayons, dude?
No, but that's oops all berries, dude.
Oh, does that do it too?
Oh yeah, it turns it blue.
All right. On that note, what a perfect segue. Oops all berries, blue shit. All right, so we are going to start our next installment of Tales from the Crypt. We're going to be doing season 2. We're on episode 3. This is called, what's it called? It's the gambling one.
Cutting Cards.
Cutting Cards. This is a great episode. I've seen this one many times. Actually, when I rewatched these, I'm like, oh, I've seen 3 and 4 quite a few times. So, I actually watched these not that long ago, actually, in the past 6 months. So, they're great. They're classic. So it's in the box for any of you guys that are going to follow along for you guys to stream, download, whatever you want to do. I'm ready. Are you ready?
Let me pull mine up real quick.
He's had 1,000 years to do it.
Sorry, I was talking. I was gabbing.
I was gabbing and did mine.
I
can do it all.
Okay, I got. The hell did I put them?
I'm just gonna start over. How about that? Todd's waiting till I do the intro, and then he's like, "Hey, hold on for 10 minutes." Fuck's sake.
Where the hell did they go?
All right. Well, I'm gonna read. All right.
I got them now.
Hey, I'm gonna start again. All right.
Okay.
Well, because we're gonna have this big fucking gap, dude. We
to
cut it. All right, so now we're going to start our Tales from the Crypt episode 2 of season 4, and it's called Cutting Cards. So we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, play. I'm cutting farts already. I love this episode, man, starring Lance Henriksen. It's Todd said it was only 20 minutes, and yeah, it does. I guess it does kind of go by extra quick. So it's a few minutes are shaved off on it. But it's a cool story. It's a great story about a couple of rival gamblers that basically play to the death, not to the death, but
Well, yeah, they're hardcore gamblers. Yeah, they're playing for fun, but they're just so competitive where they hate each other so much, where they want to see each other lose. And yeah, Lance Henriksen, and then you have Kevin Teague, who's also in one of my favorites, Roadhouse. He's the bad guy from Roadhouse. Alone from that.
That's
but
right.
Yeah, this is a great episode. This originally aired April 21st, 1990, directed by Walter Hill, which is a huge director. I mean,
yeah, 48 hours.
Yeah. This originally came out then. I think it's highly regarded. I think people really like it. I love it. I think it's a great episode. A lot of fun. It flies by, man. you look up and the
James
thing's over.
Horner did the music to this. That's big too.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Titanic and tons and tons and tons of movies. Yeah, I think this episode and the next one we're gonna do are awesome. I think they're both great.
And I mean, Lance Henriksen in this, I mean, God, there's something about the guy where you can't like look away from him. He's one of those actor characters that are just so great in film.
Yeah, he's electric. He's a better actor than I think he gets credit for. I know he's a big character actor and he was really active in the 80s and 90s, but I feel like he doesn't get talked about as much as he should. And he was literally a part of Terminator. He was a part of Predator 2 in the Predator franchise. He was in Aliens. I mean, this guy's been around. And you know, he's got horror cred too with Pumpkinhead. But he's just been in so much shit. He's in the Mario Brothers movies for half a second. The original Mario. He plays the king. You know, you just get to see him at the end because he's the fungus like piece of booger shit. And at the end, he turns into it. And you just kind of see him from the profile. He's like, oh, love those plumbers. That's it. But it's Lance Henriksen. I love it. And did you guys catch who the cinematographer was?
No, who was it? I didn't see it.
John R. Leonetti. Todd, if you're paying attention, who is that? It's relevant. We were just talking about him.
Yeah, from what?
He's the guy who's first of all, he's done a lot of films as a cinematographer, and he did the Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And then he got promoted to direct Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah, okay.
So that is the fucking guy. I see him all over some of the biggest films in the world, and I still can't ever forget, like, but you directed the biggest piece of shit. You should stick to the camera, my friend. But yeah, he did this.
Hey, there's Roy Brocksmith. Swallow it from Total Recall. He's back.
Do you think he swallowed a few in his day?
Oh, I'm sure, man.
Kind of
with that comb over, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, so he's a face. Yeah, we got 3 faces in this, so I like how contained it is. It doesn't really go anywhere else, but you know, this bar, and they're gonna take it out to the alley. And that's pretty much most of our show, except the last scene, you know, where they're at the fucking, I don't know if they're at the crazy house or a regular hospital. I don't know where they're supposed to be, but yeah, it's
yeah, they're the nut house. This is probably like I don't know if this is a casino bar. This is probably one of the worst casino bars I've ever seen. I mean, they just have like one poker table and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it looks more like a bar than a casino. I don't really see the action yet. And then
they're supposed to be huge, you know, 2 big gamblers, 2 big poker players. Like one guy went to Reno and beat the other guy in poker. So he's holding a huge grudge on the guy. And yeah, so basically they're just heated rivals that try to battle each other, you know, any way possible. And I don't remember this episode originally.
Really?
But as it started going on, like here in the next 10 minutes, I was like, wow, man, this was actually, you know.
It gets genuinely uncomfortable when they're doing Russian roulette.
Yeah,
it gets really uncomfortable, and you know, it's like, oh, they're obviously acting, and all they gotta do is point an empty fake prop gun to their head. But it's like you feel it, like,
yeah,
you know, that stuff always makes me uncomfortable.
That caught me off guard. Yeah, you wouldn't really see that nowadays.
And it's pretty violent with like the dismembering and the maiming.
Oh yeah. There's definitely some cool effects in this, and interesting, man. And Lance Henriksen as a cowboy is funny, dude. I mean, he looks like Sam Elliott, you know.
he looks more like Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt, yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Senior. You know who he was also in Near Dark as well. A little bit more horror cred too. He's awesome in Near Dark, which we don't have a Near Dark 4K, do we?
No.
When is somebody going to put that out?
I don't even think we have a Blu-ray of that. That's pretty much stuck on DVD.
That's like one of those ones that someone like Arrow or Second Sight's got to get their hands on. That can't just be a studio release. My theory is
originally an Anchor Bay release, I believe, back in the day, and that never got ported over to anything else.
My theory is if the movie's tanked to begin with, studios shouldn't be fucking dipping into them now. Give them to like people that are going to take care of it. But
well, another thing I like about this episode is just the storytelling. It's like there's not a whole lot there, but that's what makes it so cool, man. I mean, it's interesting the whole time, but without story.
There's not even really I don't even know what the moral is. I mean, it's just it's like, don't gamble. I don't know. Don't pride. I don't really know, but because if this was me, I mean, I would have backed out before, you know, fucking Russian roulette. I'd be like, all right, I'm out.
Well, yeah, they take
And
it all.
they take it all the way.
Yeah.
And it keeps you on the edge of your seat because they take it all the way. And obviously none of them end up with their brains blown out. And I always had, they're going to be in the alleyway here in a minute. And when they're down to like the last 2 bullets in the chamber, and somebody comes up in a car and says some shit, and they pull the gun on him, like, get out of here. Like we're doing something. I always figured, that guy distracted Lance Henriksen. I'm like, what if the other guy took the bullet out? Because he's off camera for a second and Lance Henriksen has got his back turned. I mean, that's what I always assumed happened. I guess we can't prove it because they're just going off about like a dud or like it got wet, whatever. Something happened, but
do you think secretly they're lovers though? Because I mean, they're like 2 men that can't live without each other, to a point, because he's
are
like,
Batman and the Joker fucking lovers too? Is that
like,
your
stop messing with my buddy here? Stop messing with my friend. Remember, he comes up to his defense. The other rival. It's like they hate each other so much they couldn't like imagine their lives without each other.
I think it's just like a Batman Joker thing where it's like, yeah, they really don't exist without the other. I mean, like I don't think they're sucking each other's cocks or anything, if that's what you're getting at.
No, I'm saying they're just like they love
Kind of
each
what you
other.
said.
They love each other a lot. It seems like it's kind of weird.
How else do you define what you said?
It's a weird vibe. Maybe
I feel like they're gay. Like, well, I'm not saying.
Maybe they're attracted to each other. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this is the best scene in the film. It's like the show. The whole show is centered around this scene, I think. I mean, obviously, it's going to go to the finger hacking after this, which is very uncomfortable too.
Yeah,
and I love it when when they get to the dude. Lance Henriksen has more balls during the Russian roulette scene than he does during the finger hacking, which blows me away. Because during this, he's like, no, I'm going all the way. He's willing to do it when he lands on the last bullet. When he assumes that he's got the last, he's like,
does.
He's like, I want everybody to know I wasn't a fucking coward and I fucking did it. He was a man. But when it comes to hacking fingers,
that's a man, dude. That's not a man. That's an idiot right there, dude.
That's a real man. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, but I'm saying, but when it comes down to the next thing where they start hacking fingers, Lance Henriksen wins the first couple. And he's happy to hack off the digits. But when he fucking loses one, he's like, oh, you could take one of yours back. We got a doctor. So like, now you watch. Like he's more like timid to this. Like, you were gonna blow your brains out, dude.
Yeah. No, it's a very effective scene. I didn't see this coming, man. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, I actually went here with this episode, which is cool. But yeah,
what I wonder what guy Todd is cute today. What? What? It's like an Aaron and Zach relationship, kind of. There you go. No, these guys are reckless, dude. I'm the exact opposite of reckless. I don't even want to do like extreme sports. I don't want to skateboard. I never wanted to try skateboarding. I played Tony Hawk. That's about as close to it as I was going to get, because I'm like, I don't really want to break my arm, and I don't really want to skydive. Like, the thrill's not really worth it. I don't really want to do it. I'm just going to go up in a plane. I'm going to have anxiety the whole time. That doesn't sound like fun. So I don't like roller coasters. Yeah, it's like I like roller coasters either. It's like I don't want to have anxiety attacks. That's not fun to me. I got married on a hot air balloon, which was cool. And I will say, I would rather go on a hot air balloon than skydive. But even then, I was like constantly trying to stay focused on anything else but the fact that I was really high in the ground, from the ground. And I was like, just like,
Did you look over the basket, dude?
Nope.
Oh.
My wife was doing it the whole time. She's like hanging over. It's really cool. I'm like, I'm not fucking looking down there.
I wouldn't
do
that either, man.
It's a little basket.
Yeah.
The only person there's enough room for me, her, the officiator, and the guy piloting it, who served as like the witness. But it's a pretty small basket. It's not like super spacious. Anyway, the whole time, like when we were done doing the thing, I was just like talking. I just wanted to stay in conversation with the guy that basically married us. Like, hey, just keep talking to me. I don't want to look. I don't want to think about it. It's like I'm gonna fucking start like going nuts, and the last thing I want to do is pass out in a tiny basket. All this, and so I'm like, I just want to stay in conversation and just talk about whatever. Like, so where are you from? Where you been? That's great. Next question. What's your favorite color? And then we ended up like staying in the sky a lot longer than we were supposed to because we couldn't find a landing zone. because we were aimed to land like on one of the biggest fucking gun ranges in Phoenix. So it's like we
Mm.
can't land here. Everybody's like firing off rounds, dude. It was crazy. I was looking down, and
Why
so
why wicker though? Why would they use a wicker basket?
it must be the good to float. I don't know, with the fucking jet. I don't know, dude. I tell you, you know what's fun though is the landing.
Mm-hmm.
The landing, there's not really an art form to it. It's just, you know, hey, get down, fucking, because it could be rocky, and you know they try their best to land smooth, but you know we tipped over, dude. It was fucking fun. That was actually fun, like getting down in the basket. Like, okay, I'm like down in here and I don't see anything, and then brace yourself for the landing. Boom, we're like tumbling and holding on to it, dude. That was kind of fun. But yeah, dude, I would never. I mean, you could pay me to do it again, but I don't have fun with that stuff. I'm glad I did it, but you will never catch me jumping out of an airplane. It's never gonna happen. I don't care. These guys,
Here's the real tense scene. Like, yeah, he starts going crazy now.
1-1, he beat all the odds.
Yep.
So
They're
I
going
don't
back and
understand
forth.
why like the loser has to die. If you make it all the way to the last bullet, the loser should just have to skip town like they
Well, that's what he
originally
said. He said you can skip town. He's like, I don't want to be a yellow belly or whatever he says or whatever.
Well, and he would tell everybody he left town was yellow. Yeah, I get it. Pride.
Yeah, it's all pride, and he's willing to die for his, which is ridiculous when it comes to that. I mean, over a rival gambler. I mean, it's dumb, but
Well, this guy has nothing else, dude. He implied that his wife left him, right?
oh yeah, I think so.
Because he said he's like, like, you know, he talks about he took his like Cadillac or something in a game the previous time they were together, and he said something like, your wife still don't know about that. Oh, she left you. So he's probably got nothing to live for.
Love that part. Shut the fuck up, Lance Henriksen, dude.
Yeah. You got married on a hot air balloon. Yeah, man. It was cool to say I did it. I'll never do it again.
I'm glad I didn't get invited because I wouldn't have went up there with you.
Well, like I fucking hate heights, but I mean
too,
it's tolerable, like, because if you just kind of like stay in your zone and you don't look out there, you can kind of like get through it. Just like that, but like that's why I was not gonna fucking look down, because that would just wreck my shit. I almost did. I'm like, hey, we should get them to come out sometime and we can go up in a balloon together, because they do have, I think they do have the bigger ones when you have like a party. They're a little bit bigger, and I would feel a little better in one if I was with like a bunch of people that were like around me. But it was the fact that we had a smaller basket and there's no one to occupy the space. You know what I mean? It's just like, but I don't know. I wish I could just land over and over again, because that was cool.
We look like females, because when I went out there, my wife and his wife were like jumping off the cliffs into the water, and Aaron and I were like, "No, we're not doing that."
Yeah.
We're
No,
scared.
exactly. Look, yeah, I don't do it. Exactly. Like I don't jump from fucking cliffs.
We were chickening out, dude. But
I don't like.
women
I
were
don't
doing it.
I don't swing from those tree vines and jump in lakes and ravines and rivers like people do. Like I'm always scared. Like, man, I get it. A million people have done this, so you know there's no rocks. But what if like there's like a plate shift just as I'm jumping and there's a jagged rock?
Well,
I just
you
can't.
always have terrible luck on everything you do.
I do.
Yeah.
So it's like it fucking follows me. So I just don't want to do it.
No, I don't
And
blame
you're talking about slide rock. No, I didn't want to jump from that fucking rock into that part of the water that everybody was jumping. So you know it's good, but I'm like, I just don't want to do it. And you remember how slippery the rocks were?
slippery, and it was like ice cold. It was the coldest water I've ever felt in my life.
And the rocks were super slippery. Like you're like,
Yeah.
oh, you're gonna like crack your skull just walking. It's a cool place, but I'm not jumping from the fucking thing. But your wife did, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can't do it. Watch the movie Fallen if you hate heights. That's all right.
Ugh.
Why would I don't like heights, dude.
No, I don't either.
I love it, dude. He's gonna chop the fingers.
Yep.
Where'd he get a meat cleaver at? I guess it's
I don't know.
kitchen.
Yeah, they're playing poker, and whoever loses the hand gets a finger chopped off. Only one. Oh.
I like how he gave him the decency of choosing, but he didn't let Lance Henriksen choose.
Yeah.
You know, he chopped off his fucking index finger, dude. That's like the last to go.
I know. That's the one you need the most, right?
The thumb is probably number one.
Yeah.
Keep the thumb, because you could probably get away with like a thumb and a couple, but these are the most important. And but he just takes his fucking index finger, dude, which, you know, I took that as a sign of real disdain. But
What's with poker dealers wearing that see-through cap, dude? That was like a staple back in the day. I always wondered about that. Like, what was the emphasis on wearing that thing?
Was
The green plastic hat, dude.
I don't know. Yeah, to keep the sun out of their eyes. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, they don't wear them anymore though. I don't know. How, are you a poker player?
Yeah, yeah. I love playing poker. I like playing blackjack. I like doing I love Vegas. Vegas is so much fun, man.
Well, I guess maybe we'll get to it a little closer to it, but I do have extra Metallica tickets for late February, very very last couple days
I'm
of
tempted.
February. Like I said, the wife doesn't even know I got those because I've got tickets for October, and I got those because I got those ones on the cheap, and it's like as of right now, I just have tickets and nobody to go with, so you should consider coming out if it's within your means, and then it could just be a guys thing, and we could play some cards and you know
I love it, man.
do the thing. All right. So where are they at? Where do they take the party to? Is this like a back room?
Backroom casino or the bar casino slash.
What kind of fucking casino is like allowing this to go on?
I
Like,
know.
yeah, because
They
they
have the
clearly
pit bosses there, dude. They have 2 pit bosses.
and they got the meat cleaver from the kitchen, I'm assuming. So
Yeah.
they're okaying that. Like, hey, Roscoe, give me your meat cleaver. We gotta use it to fucking hack some dudes up. Makes no sense.
Well, they just cut the fingers off and clean up the blood off the table every time.
He's asking him, dude, like, hey, you want one of your fingers back, right? Didn't you just lose?
Oh yeah.
He's like, please, because this is the first time he pleads.
We got a doctor here. I'll give you your finger back.
He's like, no,
I'll sew it on.
because now he's fucking angry. Yeah,
I'm
like I
on
said,
a roll now. Yeah.
he doesn't even give him a chance. Like, which finger do you want? He just takes it. Wait, just one. It's hard to watch.
It's quick, dude.
Yeah, it's a really good cut. And look, it's actually literally impossible how he swung from that distance and how it landed. He would have chopped off more than one finger.
I know. How did he not
How
get
did he
the
just
rest of
he
the
hit
fingers, dude?
he hit like a finger right there and dodged all the other ones?
That would have been funny, dude, if he cut them all off, dude.
That's what
Look
I
like
thought.
Freddy, dude.
That's what I thought they were gonna do. I thought he was gonna be like, all right. I thought it was gonna be like I dare I say it, Billy and Stu thing, where Stu's like, remember, no major. All right, and he starts going crazy, right?
It always comes full circle. Yeah.
Hey,
So we're in the hospital setting.
Now, was this effect done here with the simple just tying their arms behind their backs? Because it still looks really good.
Oh, I'm sure.
I could see Lance's elbows. See his
Yeah.
elbows back there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just it's a good thing he's so skinny. But it looks good. The effect works. And they're playing checkers with their noses.
Mm-hmm. As they cut all their limbs off.
It's fucking hilarious. I got a question. They both have no limbs, so who cut off the last limb? You got to have an arm to cut somebody.
Maybe it was one of the pit bosses.
Pit boss. Yeah. It literally would have had to have been like the pit boss that cut off the last one.
Why'd they go nose to nose there, dude?
I thought they were gonna make out.
See, hey, maybe I'm right.
Yeah.
I was cooking fingers. I even noticed that first time.
Yeah, he's cooking fingers. Let's see here. Anyone ever been kicked out of a casino? I have for being drunk. I was 21. No, I've never.
I haven't been kicked out. No,
Never. I was in Vegas one time, and there was a guy that had a gun, and like they were like looking for this guy that had a gun in the bathroom, and yeah, I've never seen anybody get kicked out though.
I actually had better luck on Fremont Street than I did the newer Vegas. And I like Fremont Street because it's so dingy and
that's like the fucking Vegas vacation games.
Yeah.
Pick a number, fucking war.
Pick a hand. Yeah.
These are my games.
Yeah.
I used to play war. I used to play that with Russ all the time. But Fremont Street's a thing. You got to go to Fremont Street at least once while you're in Vegas.
It's fun.
It's just old sleazy Vegas. And it's weird. It's kind of depressing, but not. It's
People
funny
watching's fun too.
But it's funny because it's busy.
Yeah.
It seems depressing and dank. Like they got really shitty gift shops. They got like the cheap 80s buffets that haven't been renovated. Like I went into like Golden Nugget and it looks like it was like I was on the set of Full House.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just nothing's updated. It's like straight from the 80s. So it's kind of cool. The casinos don't seem to be too hopping. Like people aren't winning big. All the dealers.
Well, they're like $5 tables, pretty much. And
and $5 tables, especially on the main strip, they're hard to get on. They're not all the casinos have them, and they're always just packed full. Because believe me, I like $5 tables. It's how you build
they
your,
don't have that on the newer Vegas stuff. That's $5.
they do. There are casinos with $5 tables. Yes,
Maybe I was going the wrong ones. Then.
they're not. They don't all have them, but but they're saying they're hard to get on those tables because there's always squatters because they're so popular. But yeah,
they also had like stages for concerts. Like they had like 3 different concerts going on at once. So it was kind
of and they have that like canopy. Like they built a canopy over Fremont
zip
Street.
line.
Yeah, it's whole thing. There's like fucking always like naked, shriveled old people walking around. There's always weirdos, dude. But I had people walk out from me playing blackjack, playing crazy hands. The big guys came down watching me. Oh, like they come out when you're like on a roll.
You're winning too much.
Yeah, it's always fucked up. I never understood why counting cards was cheating.
I know. No, I agree. It's strategy. Dude.
It's strategy. It's fucking strategy. And they can't like. I don't know if they can. I actually don't know if legally they can take your money. They can just kick you out of the casino.
Yeah,
which I guess is fair. I mean, look, whatever. I guess it's like right to serve, ban you for the casino or whatever. And believe me, you'll get a reputation fast if you're a card counter, so you can't get away with that for too long. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't think they can take your money because I also don't think they could even prove it. Like even if it was illegal, but it's not. But they can fucking ban you, which I think is totally messed up because the house always has the edge anyway.
I think they started changing the amount of decks they use, though. I don't know if they do that throughout the day, but I think that they can like do that to mess up like the card counters.
But it's not like it's a given. It's hard to do. It's a skill. So I think like I said, you get that Rain Man that comes in there and all I can do is kick you out, which sucks. Because
I had a friend that I went to the casino with who always like counted cards. I mean, he was into that stuff. So very smart dude. But hey, real quick, in the chat, we have a trivia question for. See, I don't know if people. We have 13 votes as of now, so I want your vote, and I'll add it in here. Which is not an actual episode title in the Tales from the Crypt series? Death of Some Salesman is one. The Madness Room, The Secret, or Cold War. Which one is not a title in the series?
I know the first one's a title. The other 3 I can't. I don't even know.
The Madness Room, Secret, or Cold War. Pick one of the 3.
Me or just people in the chat?
You.
Me. Well, it's not the first one. I'm going to say Cold War.
Cold War. Okay.
But it's a total guess. Minus the.
As of now, let's see. We have Death of a Salesman is 21%. We have
that's a real one.
Yep. The Madness Room, which is 50%. The Secret, which is 0%. And then the Cold War is 29%. So the Madness Room is number 1 right now. So stick around. I'll let you know at the end.
I mean, all these fucking people can just Google it. I could Google it.
Yeah, but that's not fun, man. Come on.
Sam spoiled it, so The Secret is an episode. Okay. So we know The Secret. I trust you. So yeah, Satan's picking Cold War. I feel like it's Cold War in my bones. How you doing, Chelsea? Welcome to the chat. Chelsea. So anyway, that wraps up that particular episode. Give us 30 seconds. I don't know if anybody needs a little break or not, but we can get right into the next episode here in just a moment.
Yeah,
let me go pop a little bit of that bubbly.
Pull that up.
Man, I'm feeling good. I feel like I got a lot accomplished this week. Done. I feel like my whole world is just constantly busy. And, I'm not telling Todd anything new. He's got 2 kids or whatever. And I'm kind of going through it and just stuff going on all the time. I don't have much time to myself.
Luckily, soccer practice got rained out today here, so I didn't have to go to that, which was nice.
Do your kids get disappointed when stuff like that happens? Or they're like, hey.
I don't care.
I'm just always tired. Like, I have no time to myself. This is my time.
Yeah, me too.
Like, this is my excuse. Like, like the wife knows, like, hey, I do this twice a week. And it's kind of my hall pass. So like on Friday, we've been going like 3-4 hours, man. And it's like, it's kind of my hall pass. Like, she knows. And I know like I'm going late to the point where she's going to be in bed regardless. And, I feel bad because she puts the kid to bed herself that night. But like, I need it. I need it, man. Because like there's multiple days a week where, I'm working all day. And then as soon as she gets home, I have to like juggle work and watch the kids, and she's got to go do some classes for a couple of hours, and I'm on kid duty, and then I have to start dinner, and I'm like doing all these things at once. And then, by the time she's done with that, I got to take the dog out. Then I got to take the dog out on a nice walk, and then by the time I've got dinner cooked, it's time to give the kid a bath and get them to bed. And then it's just literally, it just turns into all of that, and then it's dinner, bed. That's it. Wife is going to sleep, and somehow I still don't do enough. I don't fucking get it, but that's just between me and you guys, chat. It's just always
it's just the way it is right now, man.
it's just the eternal argument, dude.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I get my 3 hours a night, after everybody goes to bed, and I'm happy camper.
Yeah, I don't have that. But I still stay up I still stay up late in bed, and I watch TV, and I stay up too late, and I get less sleep.
Oh yeah, I go to bed at like 1:30 in the morning, dude. Yeah.
Get this. This is also inside baseball, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway. Then we're going to get to the next episode. If any of you guys out there are married or have kids or anything like that, tell me this is normal, because I think it is. But like, for example, like there's a lot of appointments, right? Your kids got appointments, and we have like these follow-up appointments that we got to do at the children's hospital. And it's like downtown. So I had to flex the first half of my workday to go downtown to this hospital and do this appointment. I couldn't start. I still had to get up at like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
But I had to go and do this. It took all morning. And then I had to go start my day at work as soon as we got home around noon. And then I had to make up that time. So then I had to work from 12 to 8:30 minimum. And then like I did all that 8:30, and then I had to like make dinner, and I had to do all this stuff. I had to do all this shit. And then in the middle of this, my wife took the day off work. I didn't get to take a day off. So I was doing all this stuff. And during all this, my wife came home with the baby and took like a big 3-hour fat nap. Lucky, which is great. I got my work done. And then, but when it's all said and done, I've been fried fucking working till from 6:30 to 8:30, from hospitals to work. And then I have to cook dinner, and I gotta do all this stuff. My wife starts doing some chores, like, because we always do like the chores at night, whatever, wash the dishes, pick up. And then like I'm fucking just nuking some food because I'm about ready to drop dead. I just want to eat and fucking go to bed. And she like starts giving me a chore. I'm like, I look at her at fucking 9 p.m. I'm like, what do you want? And she fucking unleashed on me. I'm like, I just want to eat. Can I eat? You see me, I'm making my food.
Yeah.
And it waits. I just want to go to bed. And it started World War fucking 9. I'm like, I've been doing shit all day. I didn't get to take a fucking nap today. Like, what is this? I didn't take the day off. So that's what I deal with.
Losing battle, man.
It's a losing battle.
Yeah.
A losing battle. Satan's asking us some questions here. Todd, did you force your sons into sports like at gunpoint? I forced my son in band and classic guitar in school. Is this a bad thing?
No, not at all. I mean, I kind of forced, like, they're interested a little bit, but it's like they need to have that team aspect. They need to realize what it's like to lose. I told them every time, I'm like, the more they lose, the better I feel, because it's like, God, get used to it, because I lose every fucking day of my life. So,
jeez.
Well, it's true, dude.
It's the Homer Simpson thing.
Yeah.
Like, if there's one thing I learned, it's that life is one crushing defeat after another until you just and he didn't really finish the joke. He goes, life is one crushing defeat after another until you just wish Flanders was dead. That's what he says. And no, I think it's funny though. I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I think force is kind of a tough word. I don't really know if it's forcing what you're talking about. It's good to let them experiment with stuff. But if it doesn't stick, you shouldn't make them. I don't think you should make anybody do anything. Like, if they don't like it.
No, I wouldn't do that.
But like, they should definitely try stuff, because how are they going to know what they're into unless they're exposed to it?
Yeah.
I didn't know I was into, like, you're talking about guitar and music. I didn't know I was into music. I wouldn't have known had I not been exposed to that kind of music and shit like that from an early age. It's just one of those things. So like, for me, I'm going to like fill my house with music at all the time. I'm already like playing all the music I love. I'm letting the wife play the music she loves too. And if my daughter wants to like play drums or something, I'll be like, hey, play drum. She, I've already gotten her stuff. I've already got her like bongos and shit like that. And she's like hitting stuff with me. Look, if you can lead them to this stuff, there's nothing wrong with that, but just see what they gravitate to.
I give my kids a million hobbies. Like every year they try something new. They go to camps. Like,
that's cool.
One year they play chess, the next year they play football. It's like they try everything. That's all I care about. It's like, and then you pick one thing. If they find something they like, stick with it. But it's like until then, try everything.
As long as that experimental nature doesn't follow them to college, don't have your kids mutilating themselves. And you know what I'm saying?
I have boys, so I'm not worried about that.
That's boys are what the fucking it's the boys you got to worry about the most. What are you talking about, dude? No, but you always hear about those guys that are like, it was college. It's like that's well, at least we found. At least you made it. You made it back home. Just curious, what music does your wife listen to, Aaron? She likes a lot of Latin music. She likes the shit like Bad Bunny and all that bullshit. And I mean, I've been listening to Bad Bunny for like 5 years before everybody else knew who Bad Bunny was. Like when it was 5, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. But she does like the stuff that we bond on. Is she likes a lot of classic rock. Like she loves Queen. She loves the Scorpions. And so Guns N' Roses. So it's I'm not like a fucking stickler when it comes to I let her listen to whatever she wants. I don't care. It's like we only spend so much time together during the week. So if she wants to listen to something that's not my cup of tea, I'm not one of these guys that's gonna like fucking combust into flames if I hear reggaeton or I hear Bad Bunny. Music's music. I'm not gonna love it or necessarily, but I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking die. I'm like, I don't know. And then and plus I don't want to be ignorant in my opinions on stuff. I want to be able to say, oh, I've listened to a lot of this. So it's like, I have an opinion.
A lot of modern pop. My kids are into like some modern pop shit. They even like the 90s pop, which is crazy to me. They love like listening to like Backstreet Boys and stuff like that because they hear it on Fortnite. So it's like, oh God, it's like it's everywhere, man. So it's all over the place for me.
My wife through me, she's gotten into I've forced her to see Metallica like 3 times at this point.
Yeah, my wife loved Metallica concert I took her to.
But she's gotten into Metallica. She's like, and it's not even just with me. Like she'll like I'll catch her. She's got a playlist going. Like when she's just going to work, she'll like listen to it sometimes. And she loves Pink Floyd, which I'm down with.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So there's like she's gone to see Meshuggah with me a few times. Like I've dragged her to some shows, and now she's not listening to Meshuggah in her private time. She's not listening to Cannibal Corpse, but like the stuff she does is a nice middle ground. Like we can do Metallica, I could do Pink Floyd, I could do Scorpions. Like I love all that stuff. So and she's gotten into like country in the last couple of years. Like she's gone through a phase, and she loves Chris Stapleton and stuff like that. So all this stuff is listenable.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain. She's not really a rap person. She doesn't really listen to hip hop.
My wife was when we first started dating, and then she's she wasn't a country, she wasn't a classic rock. And
your wife strikes me as a pit bull kind of person.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, she doesn't like Pitbull.
I don't know anybody that likes Pitbull. Like he's just a guy. Does anybody actually like Pitbull, dude?
She was big into Skinner for a while. I got her into that, but yeah.
Well, let's see. My wife's black. She listens to R&B. I like, dude.
90s R&B. I loved it, man.
My first cassette tape was Bobby Brown. Don't Be Cruel. Little New Jack Swing. When I was 4. This is when my dad was not really in the picture, so he didn't really have the influence. He was listening to his music, but then he went to prison. And then I was left to my devices, and somehow I think I got it from my aunt. I don't know who gave it to me, but I was like, listen to my Walkman at 4. And I remember when my dad got out of jail, he's like, what the fuck is this shit? And he literally changed that. But he might have used more crass language than that. But I love Bobby Brown. I love Don't Be Cruel. I love, come on, dude. I'm a 90s kid. Everybody knows Boys to Men.
That was my first concert, Satan. Boys to Men was April 6, 1994. I got tickets for my birthday, and my mom bought me tickets for a birthday present. And that was my first concert. I love Boys to Men.
I grew up watching Family Matters, so of course I love Shy and New Edition, dude. I love it all, dude. I love a lot of World Fusion. I like some jazz. I like a lot of jazz guitar players. I like anything and everything, but I always come back to what I fell in love with, which is like rock and all that stuff too. But I like everything. I mean, there's good stuff everywhere. I'm a huge Billy Joel fan, big into Elton John, but I love Al Di Meola. I love Return to Forever. I love Weather Report. I like fucking just all kinds of crazy shit. I'm a big prog nerd. I love not just like the mainstream stuff. Not, of course, I love old. Yeah, I love all. Yes, I like Peter Gabriel. Yes, fucking
old Genesis, new Genesis.
Yeah, the old fucking Selling England by the Pound is the best Genesis album. Get the fuck out of here. It's like front to back the great, and that's Gabriel. And I like Camel, Gentle Giant. I like all that nerd shit. So it's all good, man. Seen Boys to Men at the State Fair. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Ishmael? Welcome to the chat. We're about to start the second episode. We're going to start it right now. So hopefully you guys got it pulled up. Actually, let me get mine pulled up. And we'll get going here. God dang it. Why do I always have to fucking update the browser, dude? It's annoying. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, so season 2, episode 4. Once again, it's in the box. I'm ready to go if you guys are.
Yep.
All right. Oh man. Sorry, I got a cough. Oh hell yeah, Satan. I'm a Rush fan as well. I think I've mentioned this on a recent stream. I'm a big Rush fan, but I am one of those Rush fans that like I kind of stick to the classic era. Like I've never really gravitated towards, I might go as far as Power Windows, but like, Roll the Bones and everything in the 90s. I pretty much like, the classic shit. I love Fly By Night, Crest of Steel. I love obviously 2112, Moving Pictures, Hemispheres, yada 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 yada. That whole classic run, fucking awesome. But all right. So let me get a drink, guys.
Oh, go for it, man. Oh, where did that?
Oh, you got it pulled up yet?
Yeah, I just had it up and then it disappeared. What the hell's going on with me tonight? Oh, here it is. Okay.
All right, so we are ready. We're gonna do season 2, Tales from the Crypt, episode 4. Todd, what's it called?
Til Death.
Til Death. This is a good episode. It's one I've seen quite a few times. We just did episode 3. Also really good effects in this one. Really cool practical effects going on.
This originally aired April 24th, 1990, directed by Chris Wallace, which what did he direct? He did special effects on The Fly. Let me see what he actually directed. The Fly 2. He did The Fly 2.
He's a John R. Leonetti.
Yes.
He got the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
They threw him a bone.
I guess he did The Vagrant. Wasn't Bill Paxton was in that one.
I don't know. But we're gonna go and get started in 3, 2, 1, play. R.I.P. Bill Paxton. It's never too late to keep saying R.I.P. Bill Paxton.
Dude, I love Bill Paxton, man.
That was one of the more abrupt celebrity deaths. Like it just came out of nowhere, and like he wasn't sick. He just had like an episode one night. I don't remember what happened. I don't remember if he had some episode and he got rushed to the hospital. I don't know if it was like an internal bleeding thing. He didn't know, or I don't know what happened.
He had surgery, I believe. And then
Oh, he died on the operating table. He died. Yeah, you're right. But I think I recall, if I recall, it wasn't supposed to be like a life-threatening surgery.
No, it was like an easy surgery.
It was just one of these fucking like things, dude. And it freaks you out because they're always making you sign all those forms like, hey, if you die, we're not liable.
Yeah, I was pretty sad about that death and John Ritter when John Ritter passed, because I love John Ritter.
And it's just, they do that every time they put you under, because technically there's a risk if you're going under, and you got to think like, God, am I going to wake up from this? Every time I get a colonoscopy, I'm like, is this going to be the last ass probing I get?
Well, I mean,
for pleasure or otherwise.
You never went under when I gave you one.
All right. So here, so Todd, I know is a sucker for voodoo.
Yes. So yeah, the voodoo. So this is, kind of takes place in the Caribbean, where you have some hotel owner, D.W. Moffat, who is developing a new hotel or some sort of land resort.
He's trying to build a resort on their land. We have this chick that looks like Aunt Viv Aunt
Mhm.
Vivian, dude. Is that who that is? Who it looks like? I don't know if that's her, but it looks like.
Janet Hubert.
Oh, it's her.
Yeah, she was in a Fresh Prince a couple times, I believe, an
That's Aunt
actress.
Vivian, dude.
Is that
That's
on
what.
Viv? I couldn't tell. Is it?
Yeah, that's who.
Okay.
That's it. Fresh Prince, Aunt Viv.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it is on Viv. Yeah, okay.
You're like saying her name and saying, "Oh yeah," and she was on Fresh Prince a couple times. Like, yeah, every episode up until she
Yeah.
got replaced.
Yeah, that is on Viv. Okay.
Yeah, so Aunt Viv, that's kind of the only like real name that in this. That guy, the Colonel Sanders looking dude. What is he in? Is he like in Funhouse or something? Who is that guy?
Aubrey Morris is Freddy. He was in Clockwork Orange, Life
Okay.
Force,
Oh,
My Girl 2,
okay.
Wicker Man.
I've seen him in a lot of shit. That's all I know.
Yeah,
So,
he's in a ton of stuff.
and then you have this one guy that looks like who's that podcaster with the mustache? That fucking bro podcaster.
Yeah, what is his
Andrew
name?
Schultz.
Andrew Schultz, the
He
comedian.
looks like Andrew Schultz without a mustache, dude. He looks like my Uncle Donnie, dude.
Yeah.
It's fuck. But yeah, so he's just like a classic story. He's trying to build break ground and build this resort here in the Caribbean. He's got these locals that are working for him, and they're about to pull him aside in a few minutes, and they're going to tell him like, hey, look, this whole foundation is fucking quicksand. It's going to cost a bajillion. It's going to cost more money than you have or anybody has to make this work. And you know, he has to find an out because he's boned. He sees this one chick at the bar, this aristocrat type, fancy pants, you know, artsy fartsy British accent. He's smitten by her at first, but then he ends up becoming like his solution because they're gonna pull him away to let him know, like, hey, we got some trouble here. But you know, it's basically gonna turn into voodoo. He's gonna seek out Aunt Viv to make her fall in love with him so he can get that money.
Yeah, and it kind of implies that he had a thing with Aunt Viv before that, so they were kind of like dating or hooking up or whatever. And she, you know, it didn't work out, but now he wants to get with Margaret just to, you know, get her money and build this resort. So he'll do whatever he has to do to get this money.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Ashton Kutcher, dude.
He does.
Which he looks like my Uncle Donnie, who kind of reminds me of Ashton Kutcher.
I'm gonna see what else he's been in. D.W. Moffat.
Could they make this guy look any more like yes, master? Like what he looked so weird. Like why is he dressed like that?
So he was in Falling Down. He was in Traffic.
I'm sure he's been in a lot of stuff.
Bosch.
What is the science behind quicksand?
I don't know. That's a good question. Is it supposed to suffocate you, right?
But what's the science? What makes it like perpetual? Because it's almost like, is it like almost like something blend? It's like hot springs with mud. I don't know what it is because there's like natural hot springs. I don't know if it's something to do with that kind of I almost said technology, but that doesn't make any sense.
No, it's it's hard to explain. I mean, it just looks like a thing, a mud puddle, but it's quicksand.
It's a sinkhole.
Yeah.
It's
which
like
is scary, dude. Sinkholes are freaking scary and shit, dude.
Yeah, but it's like a sinkhole and you would never be able to get out of it. Let's see.
I don't know how deep these things get, but
thanks, Stacey. Glad you're here. Glad you joined us.
Hey,
I used to play in quicksand at the river. It's fun. I mean, did it not go very deep? Was it not threatening? I'm just used to the shit that you see in like, you know, Pitfall.
Yeah.
Pitfall 3D and stuff. And this kind of stuff. It's just really, really creepy because you can't swim out of it. Like you literally have to have someone there to be able to lift you out.
So now he's cooking up this thing to actually get with her to try to get her money. This other Freddy guy is his doctor, I believe, or a doctor that's on the island on the resort. So, you know, they're thick as thieves, and he knows what he's in for with this girl. But yeah, he'll do whatever he can to get her money.
He's really quick on his feet, though. Like that was quick thinking. Like, hey, here's a Stacy I just saw at the bar. Oh God, I have a problem. Hey, I'm gonna marry that Stacy. He's like really.
He's charming dude with the slick back hair. Total 90s, yeah, late 80s, early 90s.
I don't know what year it's supposed to take place in. It's a little ambiguous. Like, look at the way she's dressed. She could be boarding the Titanic for all I know.
Yeah, he's kind of dressed like that too. But the slick back hair do was very popular. My grandfather was big into that. I had a few bosses back in the 90s that have slick back hair like that. Crazy.
Coach O'Reilly, dude.
Yeah.
Pat Riley. So yeah, he comes to Aunt Viv here, and he's basically, saying, "Hey, I need you to place a curse, voodoo curse.
Mhm.
I need her to like fall in love with me." And what does she want in return exactly? For
She really doesn't say. I don't remember. I don't think she says anything. I mean, she's just like, okay, here's a potion. Here's the Spanish fly that you're gonna drop in her drink. She says, you can only put in 1 drop will make her fall in love with you. 2 drops will she'll never leave you. That sort of thing.
he said, 1 drop, make her your wife. 2 drops,
Yes,
she's yours for life.
she's yours for life. Yes.
Yeah, and that's gonna be the crux of the episode. He overdoes it. It's funny because what does he like? Give her a legit overdose or something? Like, how does she actually die?
So the first time he does, he puts in 1 droplet,
She
and
comes back later. She's like, "Oh, fuck off." She's like, kind of into him for a second, but then she snaps out of it.
she does. Yeah, well, I mean, she like comes into his room a little bit later, but it takes a while to affect her.
Well,
And
yeah,
then
because she leaves. She leaves
yeah,
and she comes in the middle of the night,
mhm.
and she's like, "Oh, are you the key master?" She's almost like Ghostbusters.
She's
And
all horned up. Yeah, she
yeah,
just wants him. And then the second time he dumps the whole thing in there. So and then basically kills her. So
and she's gonna be a decaying zombie. Kind of looks like Joe Bob Briggs too.
he does look a lot like a young Joe Bob.
But yeah, you guys know where it's going from the title, basically. But yeah, she's gonna keep coming back. She dies, and she's gonna rise from the grave. And I love how fast she decomposes. It's like
Yeah.
every frame she shows up again, all of a sudden she's like more and more like a fucking skeleton, which makes no fucking sense.
And it's really funny. This episode, like
It's
especially towards the
humorous.
end, it's very humorous. It's a lot of fun.
It's cool effects, really charming.
I didn't think I'd like it when I first. I don't remember this episode either. So this is like a watching it for like the first time, and like I started
once you're in on the gimmick, it's awesome.
Yeah. Mhm. And how she pops up out of the grave, like sticks her hand up or whatever, and she just wants to screw this guy. Like she's like, oh, we're gonna screw 3 times a day and all this stuff, even as a decomposed body, dude. It's like, oh my god.
When she first comes to the grave the next morning, she makes so much of breakfast. She says, "I want you to have your energy if you're gonna make love to me 5 times today." It was 5 times, and
Oh
but she still looks good. He's just like, something's off. What's that smell?
yeah,
So,
that was funny.
Starts smelling decompose.
Like, I don't smell anything.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, this is where she comes in the middle of the night and she's all horned up. It looks like a fucking Prince video.
Yeah,
Oh, it's like Madonna hiding.
The Top Gun love scene, dude. Take my breath away.
I still would. Well, I was thinking about that at the end when she's like a skeleton and he's pretty much doomed to like basically just have her because Aunt Viv, he tries to unalive himself and Aunt Viv's like, "Oh no, take an easy way out. You don't get that." And
He takes poison. Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess if you're doomed to this, she's never gonna stop. Just let that skeleton ride her bones, dude.
Dude, I was losing my shit at the end of this episode when she starts like coming on to him, and like it's just like a skeleton with a tongue, dude. The tongue's hanging out, like trying to like make out.
It's gross. I'm like, there's no way her tongue was that big when she was a human.
It's like
cow's tongue, dude.
Everything's decomposed except her long tongue, dude, that just wants to like lick it, put it deep in his throat, dude. It's gross.
God, at least just suck the dick, dude. Like, maybe you can close your eyes and get past that, But you'd imagine you just feel like skeleton jaw, dude.
Mhm.
That'd be weird. Now I'm thinking about it.
Which this sex scene wasn't very great. I mean, of course, we had a really good one in episode 1 or 2 of the season, but this one wasn't very memorable.
I like the Dutch angles, the weird like shots. I think it's totally fine. I think it's as much as we need. This is a good old implied sex scene. I don't need to hear like the weird wailing and shit like that.
That's what's so funny about the
uncomfortable moans, dude. I don't need it.
Yeah.
So there's a part that's coming up that drives me crazy. And all right, so all the way up until this point, before she became like a weird like zombie to him, all she did was talk shit about being there. It's hot. I only came here because my dad or whatever's here or whatever. Great, her dad's around. Why is she there? For like, is it an investment thing? She doesn't live there. She fucking hates it. She is passing through. What is it? She hates it. Anyway, she dies and they bury her there in the middle of the fucking Caribbean in the fucking woods. I'm like,
in the quicksand swamp, dude.
make it make sense. Like, where's her father? She said, where's these people? Where's the loved ones? Don't they usually like ship your bodies back where you're from, dude? I don't. And also, nobody fucking knew about it because when she comes back from the dead, he's so nonchalant about it when he's talking to his doctors. Like, man, I think you're losing her edge. Like, she wasn't dead. Like, dude, that's even if like you really think she just wasn't dead, that's how you act. Like you're twirling your drink or whatever. Like, God, she was dead and she fucking rose from the grave. We got to fucking talk to. He was just so cool about it. Like, she's back.
Yeah, it was a little ridiculous on that aspect of it, but it's just fun, man. When it gets to that part, you don't really care because it's just comedy at that point.
Imagine being eat out by Gene. I don't have to imagine. I'm gonna be seeing Gene at Mad Monster, dude. Gene Simmons is gonna be there. I bet she's gonna charge a fortune, dude. I'm gonna see if I can get an interview with Gene, dude, the demon.
Talk to Sean Clark. Maybe he's representing him.
He represents all of them, dude. Sean Clark represents Randy Bly, even though I don't really think he does really conventions. Oh, see, this is more of a sex scene, dude, where he's pounding her. Look. But she's like freaking out. He's like,
oh, yeah. Well, she ends up dying in this scene, I believe, because she overdoses on that elixir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Bruce juice. Remember Bruce Juice, dude, from
no, we only talk about Family Matters all the time. I don't remember Bruce Juice at all. We reference it all the fucking time, you guys. I don't know Bruce Juice. I don't know any of that. I don't know Stevel. Never heard of it.
Stevel, dude.
I don't know fucking Grandma Winslow. I don't know fucking no. It was good. I don't know any of that.
Well, for Halloween, we're gonna do Stevel, dude.
Yeah, we have to, man.
Oh yeah. So this is all he does. He sticks his hand to her neck. She's gone. That's how he,
He's the professional.
Yeah.
He didn't even try to resuscitate her, dude. Like, don't they do CPR? And yeah, like I said, they have a grave and a plot, dude. Why is the only people at this funeral the guy she just met, the doctor she fucking just barely met? Who else is here?
Nobody that we know.
Were they trying to keep this under the fucking rug, dude? Just like she was gonna be a disappearing person. Clearly, they never reported the death because, like I said, it was almost like no harm, no foul when she came back the next night. So they never even told anybody. I'm guessing. It's just so weird.
He throws around it on Vivian and
it's not. It's dude. It's fucking. She's like she's right. She's like, I only fucking administer. You fucking gave it to her. I just provided what you wanted.
Yeah.
This fucking jerk ass bitch, dude, is like going in there. He deserves everything he gets.
Oh yeah, and she gets her revenge. So I love that. Aunt Viv. Nobody fucks with Aunt Viv, dude.
I mean, unless you're the fucking producers behind Fresh Prince and they fired her ass.
That's true.
Because of Will Smith. I mean, like people fuck with her, dude.
That's true.
And so I don't.
Great scene. This is a great scene, dude.
Is he mourning her or the money? I know he wanted the money, but it almost seems like he's mourning her.
I think he's mourning her, but he knows he's fucked, dude. Like he knows he's gonna get in trouble for like doing this.
I think he was married. I feel like this is in the 1950s or 60s because he even said I think she was worth. She's got $4 million. $4 million. Like that must be maybe in the 50s and 60s. That was a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
but that wouldn't save his ass now with that project. They didn't even bother dolling her up. Did they inject her with fucking formaldehyde? What they literally they just threw her in the ground right away.
They dumped her 6 feet under, dude.
It's absolutely asinine.
Then she pops out of the grave and starts kissing him, dude. Which is
I like in the movies how the dirt is like potting soil.
I know, yeah.
They just come through it. Dirt fucking like it's matted. It's like fucking soil. Yeah. You can't get through that shit. Was she not in a fucking
pine box? I don't think so.
Because even if she was, you'd have to get through the pine box, then get through the fucking soil. She just makes no sense. But I don't think it has to.
God, she's even horned up right out of the grave, dude.
And he's all for it. Like, whatever, let's do it.
See, I understand this whole voodoo doll scene. Like, I mean, I know she probably has him as a voodoo doll, but she never really utilizes it. in the
Why is she
episode.
doing the Mrs. Doubtfire, dude? She's taking like the lemon meringue pie and rubbing it on her face, like fucking Mrs. Selna. Night. I don't know why she was rubbing that chicken grease or whatever the hell that was on her face.
She knows she's decomposing, so
She want to hide the
doesn't-
smell, dude.
probably.
Put some ham juice or something.
Well, that's what he says. He's like, something dying here. I don't smell anything.
Yeah, like how aware is she? Is she very
Yeah.
aware of what her state is and who she is? And like, is she like a pet cemetery?
No, she
fucking
doesn't
demon?
because she popped out of the grave. She's like, what happened?
Well,
he's
well,
like,
yeah,
"You
but you made a
died,
good point that she was probably trying to hide the stink. Why was she just rubbing that weird shit on her?
I don't know.
She's gonna come to real quick because she's gonna like literally the next time we see her when she comes back, she already looks like a Michael Jackson in Thriller. So she knows like something's wrong. She's kind of attractive here, you know. She's not bad looking.
Yeah, good looking woman. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Bruce juice, dude. It's the Steve Urkel fucking juice that turned him into Bruce Lee, dude.
Yeah.
And then Carl took the Bruce juice as well, and you had fat Carl Bruce. And it's the most racist episode ever, like because they're doing like the Miso Hawni voices the whole fucking time.
Yeah, they're doing the Bruce Lee. They act like just like Bruce Lee. So yeah.
And it's pretty funny. Hello, yeah, Robin Williams, dude. I love Mrs. Doubtfire. I can rewatch.
Toodaloo.
No, stop! Oh, and he's like telling the truck not to run over the mast, dude. I love it. Oh shit! And the little fat Asian kid's like,
So run by fruiting.
So he's telling the doctor, "Hey man, you lost your edge." And he's like, "Oh," and he's just like laughing it off. And she's gonna come up behind him and fucking decapitate his ass.
Yeah, his head rolls across the table, dude.
And he's not even dead. The voodoo priestess ends up taking his head because his head's alive at the end, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever. Everything in the kitchen sink in this episode,
which is great. I mean, that makes it so good.
Look, here she comes. So she clearly knows she's evil because she's gonna kill him.
Yeah,
it's like a Pet Cemetery thing.
Yep.
That'd be wild to. That'd be wild to.
Dude.
That'd be wild to be alive for half a second. Like look at yourself as your head's falling off. Ooh. That'd be fucking weird, dude.
Oh, she's like, "Well, look, I broke a nail."
I mean, would you guys still do it? I mean, at this point, is she okay? She kind of looks like, like a thriller.
No, I'm good, man. I'll leave that for you.
There's some people that look that bad. She still put a bag over the face, dude. Maybe one over your
scary movie too, dude.
One and a bag over your head too, in case hers falls off. You know, you double bag it, and you still probably all right.
Oh, jeez.
And Ohio 10, dude. Oh, dude. I gotta tell you, I get it. I'm from the Midwest, and I know look, there's good looking women in the Midwest. There's good looking women everywhere. There's ugly people everywhere. But when you come out west, dude, it's just different. And it's not because there's something in the water here, California. It's because everybody migrates out here.
Well, and you get sunshine out there, 365.
Sunshine. And like for example, we have ASU, which is a party school. Anybody gets accepted to ASU. So you get all the dumb fucking hot chicks that just want to party, dude, and they all come out here. You got people wanting to be models and stuff like that. It's just in the water out here. So it's really attractive out this way. But I'm from and whenever I go home and I visit like the Midwest every year, I notice it, dude. I never used to notice it when I lived there. But when I go back there, I'm like, everything here's so plain. Everybody's
well, I mean, a lot of people on the West Coast, yeah, they try to, have to impress people for their jobs and stuff like that when it comes to like their physical appearances and stuff like. But I mean, I totally get where you're coming from, but I don't give a shit, man. Look at me, man. I'm a schlub,
dude. I used to work at the. Look, she almost looks like I thought that was Aunt Viv for a second. The way she looks now, but yeah, he's gonna fall in the quicksand. I think it's pretty funny when he pushes her in the quicksand. How did she get out of the quicksand? How did she get out of the quicksand?
She got out of it because she pulls him out of it.
Yeah, and then he pushes her into it, and that's when he thinks he's home free. He goes back and he's like drinking, like relax, because he sets her on fire.
And Viv got her out, I think, right?
Yeah, I can't explain it. Maybe Aunt Viv did. Actually, Aunt Viv was actually behind getting the head. Yeah, she's got the head. Yeah, you're probably right. I didn't think about that because I'm like, how did she get out of that? Aunt Vivian had to have let her out.
Yeah, she catches on fire, then she falls back into the.
I love that. It's like Troll 2, dude.
Yeah.
That bodysuit. That's so funny. Yeah, he thinks that's it. Ellen
Like
says
the
70%.
Norma Bates mask, dude.
Ellen says 70% of people are ugly. I mean, there's obviously a scale there, but like, and there's also like people that have unique looks that aren't traditionally attractive, but they're attractive like in their own way. I used to, dude, I did a lot of good business in Missouri, and I used to work at the hospital, dude. Everybody wanted a piece of this. And then I was just tunnel pretty though, as they say. Tunnel pretty. Like everybody, no one gets any sun, all the fluorescent lights. I was tunnel pretty. And I could accept that. I had a buddy that put me in my place one time. Like, dude, you're tunnel pretty at best. But I'm like, I'm not denying this. I'm getting all the attention though. And then you move out to a place like this, and you are fucking so low on that totem pole. Not even. You got to compete with all the broccoli heads that are driving around in fucking $80,000 sports cars they can't afford, dude, or their dad bought it for them. Dude. That's real big out here. Scottsdale is like East Valley. It's the hip, trendy, rich part of the city, and you see a lot of young people that are like 18, 19, 20, and they're either all on daddy's money or they're living way outside of their means to showboat, because people showboat all the time. They rent cars, they'll borrow cars.
That's a West Coast thing. They're driving the whips. Yeah.
They're driving the fucking serious whips because they got to keep up with the Joneses in Scottsdale. And I know look at that. I love that effect. Looks really cool. I don't remember what she says, but it's funny watching just the ADR. I like how it just says poison.
Yeah. It's like Creep Show, dude.
Why do you just have poison?
Father's Day.
Father. That's exactly what it reminds me of. Why does he just carry poison on him?
That was the doctor's bag. He took it out of.
It's doctors carrying poison. The doctor's supposed to help people, fucking kill people. No, but I know people like that live in the city, like in Central Phoenix, which is whatever. It's totally fine. It's a good place. They would literally get apartments in Scottsdale like it's a status thing. They shouldn't be living in Scottsdale. They don't have the money, but they'll be house poor because they want to live in Scottsdale, and they get an apartment. They'll pay $3 fucking grand, $4 grand a month just so they can say they live 10 miles in the other direction.
Yeah.
Like when we're like in Central Phoenix, it makes no sense because it's just a status thing. I don't fucking get it.
I never understood that.
Like if I want to be in, I can go to Scottsdale. It's not that big of a deal, but like you want to just, and I'm talking about, I used to live 15 minutes, like I was like in Central. It's like, I don't have to I'm pretty close, and I don't have to fucking live there, and I don't have to pay those rates. It doesn't make any sense, but
Aunt Viv's got him tied up here. She brought him back to life.
Yeah, he was in like, he's got the head, dude. She looks like a quarterback now, dude.
Yeah.
Why did her frame get so big?
I love this. I love the scene, dude. It's so funny.
The tongue, yeah, it's pretty gross, dude.
She'll be yours for life,
dude. She looks like she's fucking 7 foot tall. And fucking it's huge. Like I said, it might feel good in certain parts of the body. It's a great episode, though.
Yeah,
really fun.
Great ending. I love it.
Oh, Elaine, not Ellen. Gotcha.
Oh, Elaine. Yeah, I love Seinfeld too.
Keeping up with the Johnsons, dude. I think Crypt Keeper's nose looks disgusting, or lack thereof, dude. Looks weird. Yeah. Anyway, great episode. How would you rate? We didn't even ask it on the last one.
Oh, yeah.
The last episode. Well, so we'll have to do it on this one. Sorry, but what did you think about episode 3, and what did you think about this one?
Episode 3
is almost as good. It's classic. It's a high tier.
I would give it an 8 out of 10 for the last one, because I think it's a great episode. It's a 20-minute episode. It's quick. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. This one I would actually give a 9, because this one's more fun. The special effects are cool. The decapitation scene was really cool. The ending is hysterical. I love this. I think this is a great episode. To be a 10 out of 10 is very hard. So I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10.
I agree with Sam. I think they're both 9s.
Okay. No, I don't argue with you on that.
I love the last one. It's so quick and digestible, and it's so much fun. And like you said, Lance outacts everybody in all of these episodes that we just watched tonight. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's good. And this one, you know, it takes a few minutes for you to really get invested, but it obviously doesn't take very long. It's like once he basically, you know, he's in trouble and he needs that money, that's where it pretty much, you know, from there he's like concocting plans of voodoo and stuff like that with Aunt Vivian, and we're off to the races. But
Yeah.
it's great. I have a lot of questions. I'd like to talk to the people that made this episode, be like, why did we bury that chick here? Where's the rest of her family? Why was she, was she not put in a pine box? It's like, but at the same time,
You don't need to know.
gave her a grave. They still like makeshifted a grave with some flowers and like a little fence in. I'm like, you went to that much trouble. If you were trying to get rid of a body, just throw her in the fucking quicksand.
Yeah.
Done.
True. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make sense. It's not like anybody's gonna be going to visit her there. How you doing, Sean?
Hey, Sean, what's up, brother?
Yeah. Yeah, great stuff, dude. Thank you for everybody that's been joining us. We'll wrap up here in a couple of minutes. I feel like, I don't know if I'm having an allergic reaction. I feel like my throat's tightening up. Like I keep wanting to, I feel like Mrs. Doubtfire again. He's choking. Pepper.
Yeah, you're allergic to pepper, dude.
Like, I killed the bastard. I need someone to come up and give me the Heimlich maneuver. But I want to remind everybody too, again, Friday, looking very much forward to that. We are doing our bi-weekly Rue Morgue magazine deep dive.
229, issue 229.
It's their newest issue. We thought we'd give the newest one a whirl. They're covering Undertone, and we're going to be reviewing the film during that as well. Todd's already watched it. I'm actually going to see it tomorrow, and Alpha as well.
Really looking forward to talking about this movie, though.
Yeah, so looking forward to it. It'll be a good time, and I'll say it again, just like Fango Friday was, these are my favorite things to do. I really look forward to it. They're so they're not hard. They're not in a sense that like you don't run out of anything to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's there's such a good rhythm and flow, and there's no rules. And I love it with Rue Morgue. They pretty much told us, don't compromise it. Like, don't kiss any ass. If something you don't like, something, say it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not here to kiss anybody's ass. I'll tell it like it is. So I love that kind of freedom. And
by all means, if you guys know anybody that'll be into this shit too, like especially the Rue Morgue episodes, let them know. Join us on Friday, because more people, the better. The more action we get in the chat, it just makes it that much more fun.
Absolutely. And the last one did really well. We got a lot of new friends in that one. So I want to keep the ball rolling. And of course, it's something we get to do with Alpha Romero. He's on board with those every other week. So every episode. So a lot of fun.
And don't, for your OG fans of horror, don't be mad because we're going back to Rob Zombie's Halloween afterwards. So we're doing something new, doing something old this time. That happens to be a new film that's coming out, their cover issue.
That Michael at Halloween Rob Zombie issue is going to be something.
That's going to be crazy.
I'm really looking forward to talking about that one, because nothing brings out the crazies than talking about Rob Zombie.
Yes.
Got a lot of opinions on him. They're all over the map with him. I can't wait. And
I'm going to rewatch those movies too before we go into that one.
We went through the archives. We already know the episodes, every issue that we want to do. And there's some cool shit in there, and I'm not going to spoil any more, but because we don't know what we're doing after Halloween, but there's some really good ones. So but that's it. Thank you guys so much. We will see you Friday. Go ahead and I think that stream is already up for you guys to hit the reminder.
Get
in the waiting room,
please.
I think all that stuff helps us out too.
Join our Discord, free Discord. Talk to us on there. Talk to all the people you see in the chat. They'll be in there too. So
buy a $30 hat, Satan.
Satan, I'll take a look at that, brother. I'll take a look at it.
All right, later, guys. Bye.
See ya.
Big thanks to the Revival House family. Your loyalty fuels our obsession with horror and lets us uncover the darkest, most twisted gems just for you. If you're not a member yet, consider joining the cult today. You'll get early access to videos, exclusive content, and behind-the-scenes scares you won't find anywhere else. Until next time, this is Revival House, your home for horror. And remember, we'll leave the house lights off for you.